glitchless for Stardew Valley for summer games done quick. Before I start, I need to explain a few things. First off, the overarching goal for this run, or the objective for this run, is to complete the community center, which is the main task for Stardew Valley. Second off, there's going to be speed tech that I'm doing right off of the gate called animation canceling. Basically, it's a 3-key button input, which is R, right shift, and delete after every single tool animation that I do, or tool swing that I do. I have it rebounded to different keys, so I don't have to press those annoying keys. R is bounded to spacebar, and 2 of the buttons are bounded to my mouse to make it easier and quicker for me to do. Third off is what I have selected on this menu. First off, I'm going to be going with the forest farm. The reason we do the forest farm is because of the extra forage that can be gained on this farm that will allow us to skip out on other things later on because of it. The next thing you're going to notice is that I'm playing as a female character. This is intentional. If you play as a female character, instead of gaining cookies from your mom, if you play as a male, you'll actually gain 500 gold from your mom if you play as a female. So you get an extra 500 gold playing as a female over a male. So we're going to be using that to our benefit. Everything else here, though, can actually be customizable for donation incentives or anything else. Name, farm name, favorite thing, animal. We can pick between a dog and a cat. We can also have the choice of keeping the animal or getting rid of the animal for save the frames or save the animals. But everything else, skin color, hair, shirt, pants, there's a bunch of these things. But we could just make like custom characters or whatever. I did random for the sake of this run, but we have that. Anyways, that should be about it. And yeah, let's get started. You're going to notice right off the bat, we're going to do what most just casual people do, is we're going to move the TV, just like everybody does. Everybody moves the TV right to their bed, and pick up the parsnips. We're going to immediately plant these parsnips. The reason for that is because we want them for food in the mines. We are actually not going to sell them for money. We're going to make a majority of our early game money that we need to be able to buy strawberries for, from the mines. Also, we got really weird debris spawn. Debris spawn is RNG based, so it is a little different every time. You can already see the animation canceling for people who played this game before. We'll see how much faster I am at chopping it. You will see that sometimes I'm missing the swing. It just means I animation canceled early. Is all that means. I want to get rid of that so it doesn't destroy my parsnips. The next thing you're going to notice is that I'm going to be basically instant sleeping days. The reason I instant sleep days is because a lot of this game is locked behind a time wall, or a season wall, basically. The game progresses in days that each have, like, certain amount of time each day. You wake up at 6 a.m. and the day goes to 2 a.m. Or, yeah, 2 a.m. So you have 20 hours each day to work with. Every 10 minutes in game is 7 seconds real life time. But the main thing that we're working with is crops don't actually grow up if you wait the entire day. They don't grow up any faster if you stay awake the entire day. They only grow up after you sleep for the certain amount of days that they have on them. Each seed packet has a different amount of days. Parsnips only take 5 days to grow. So they're done on the 5th. Which is why we're just going out and watering those days. The next thing that we're going to prioritize is getting into the mines as fast as possible to gather resources. I'm going to be looking at the fortune teller every single day. The reason I'm doing this is because it tells me what my daily luck is. I want good daily luck going into the mines because it increases spawn rates of ladders and ores, which will help us dive into the mines quicker than what we normally are able to, or give us a faster rate that we can dive into the mines. I'm also going to be using the start of this day to redo some keybinds and enable the zoom function so I can zoom out and see more. And we only got a leak here, that's fine. But yeah, we're going to be prioritizing the mines early. The reason we're prioritizing the mines early is because of all the goodies that we can find in there, and it allows us to make sprinklers early. We want to start automating everything that we do as fast as possible. We don't want to be watering crops because that's slow. We want sprinklers to water stuff for us. So the objective is to get sprinklers as fast as possible so we don't have to worry about farming everything. We're also hoping to get some extra forage along the way here, so we have extra food in the mines. This game works off of an energy system kind of similar to Harvest Moon. This game is very comparable to Harvest Moon and was inspired by Harvest Moon, where every time you do a tool action, you do consume energy. And you only have a limited amount of energy every single day. So every time I swing the pickaxe, I use up to about 2 energy. It's a little less. And any extra food that I get will allow us to stay in the mines longer to gather resources. How the mines work is basically every 5 floors there is a elevator shaft, which is basically your checkpoint. You get a checkpoint every 5 floors. And the way how you go down floors is, as you saw, these little staircases that you get from ladders. Alright? These staircases can be found in multiple ways. They can be found under rocks by just destroying them, like so. They can also be found by enemies, or from enemies after slaying them, which is the highest percent chance, the highest base percent chance. When you kill an enemy, it's a 15% chance of, dropping a ladder. I'm exploring this floor because I'm looking for money, by the way, instead of instant taking that ladder. And, there is another method known as the freebie, which is basically just a ladder just spawning on the floor just like that. I don't have to break a single rock, and I have a ladder just given to me. Great timing game, by the way. Other than that, we're here to gather resources and money. The main resource that we're going to be finding on these early floors is copper, which you'll kind of see by those bright orange copper nodes that we see every so often that take a few extra hits to break. And other resources that we can get from crates that spawn and or like enemies. Oh, another freebie. And so on and so forth. A couple other ladder mechanics that I should mention is if you kill every single enemy on the floor, the chances of the ladder do go up from spawning from a rock. So it is beneficial if there's not too many enemies on the floor and it's kind of a smaller floor to actually just slay them all, but sometimes it can be a pain on the bigger floors because you can't see everything. Another freebie. As for the amount of resources that we need about 120 copper by the end of these next 2 mines days. I didn't even pick that up because I don't have inventory room. We need about 120. That's not the total number we need. We need 145 total, but we go to the mines a couple of days. For a couple of days, not just like 1 or 2. We go a total of ideally 3 times, but generally we have to go more, like 4 or 5, depending on luck. But yeah, we're just here to gather resources and money. It's pretty straightforward, I feel like. As for the mine's layout in and of itself, you're going to notice every 5 floors you do get an elevator shaft, but every 10 floors you're going to get a little chest that has like goodies in it. Most of the chests are kind of useless for us. Like that first one gave us would have given us worn boots, which is a defensive item that we don't really need right now. We're not taking too much damage early on here, so we don't really need to worry about 1 extra defense. It's just a waste of time to gather for speedrunning purposes. And then on top of that, there are 3 stages to the mines that repeat every 40 floors. The floors are the exact same every time and are in the exact same order every time, so I know like what floor is going to be next and the general strategy that we should be using on each floor, or the general idea of what we want to be doing on the next floor. So I'm kind of just going down with autopilot. Just doing what I can. And, yeah. So they repeat every 40 floors. And they each have their own themes. So the first theme is kind of an earth theme, as copper as its main resource. And, it's just earthy. The second floor, or the second 40, so floors 41 through, 79 are, ice floors. They spawn iron as their main resource. And, the enemies are harder there, and the rocks take more to break with the default pickaxe too, because the rocks get harder as you progress down. But obviously the rewards are better. Iron's a higher tier metal than copper. And then for the last one is the lava floors, where its resource of abundance is gold ore. And the enemies are even harder there, but thankfully we don't have to spend too much time on floor 80, because we're only looking for a few things on floor 80, which is the fire quartz and gold ore. Other than that, we're kind of just making our way down. We have nice pace so far, but it generally doesn't matter until we get past floor 19. 19 is a make it or break it floor for us, for most runs, or most world record attempts, or good runs, because there's a chance that the ladder spawns in the middle, and it's just a huge waste of time if we actually have to walk to the middle. That floor wasn't too bad, but ideally you get the ladder right at the start, but that's kind of just every floor. 19's more of just a bigger exception because of how large the floor is. It is a huge spiral floor that can waste a lot of time. I have spent, on bad versions of 19, I've spent over 5 hours on that floor. 5 in-game hours on that floor, which is terrible. Each floor should only take you about 30 minutes on average, if you average out every single floor. Most of them take less, but they shouldn't take too long. 30 minutes to an hour. That is a cherry bomb. That is a... cave carrot. We got a bomb from a crab. It just blows up rocks. It's super good. I don't have inventory room for it because everything else is of value in my inventory. Because, again, I'm going to need money for strawberries here. I need to hit a minimum of about 2,800 gold going into spring 13th. So I got to make sure I have that money. And we get it through just extra resources in the mines, whether it be extra topaz, extra amethyst, geodes, earth crystals, quartz, you name it. Kind of worthless kill. The crabs do have a low % chance of dropping a crab, which is an item that can be used in the community center. It's not necessarily a needed item, but it does speed things up if we do get the low % chance of picking it up. And the low drop rate for it, which would be super beneficial. But we can't get away without getting it. It's kind of more of an inventory hog, which is like the hard part about keeping it in your inventory early. Alright. I should explain crates now. Crates are not random, as a lot of people think they are. They are, what drops from the crates are actually based off of the given day, so whichever day you're on, and the location of the crate. So if I were to go onto floor 24 on the 8th, on this file, and break let's say I break a crate on a specific tile and it gave me a cave carrot. If I were to load up a different version of not a different version. If I were to load up a different save of Stardew Valley, go to that same floor, find a crate at that exact same spot on the 8th of spring, it will also give me a cave carrot. Because it's a like little tile sheet. So with that, we can actually determine which crates will give us which items. Granted, it's not really beneficial to memorize everything since you can't reliably get a crate to spawn on any given spot. But it's kind of just good to know when we go over there if we're going to get specific items. We're mainly looking for an item known as the wooden club, or the club down there. That is a weapon upgrade that is probably the strongest early game weapon that we can get currently, because club types in this game are utterly broken. How much money are we looking at? I think we're looking good on money. The reason I didn't take that that ladder right at the start was mainly because I wanted the coal cart down here, and I was just praying that I would get a ladder from an enemy down there. So that was kind of just lucky that I got the 15. There are crates at the bottom of this floor, and I know that because I know the floor layout. So that's why I didn't take that ladder instantly, too. We're hoping to get extra food, as in, like, extra cave carrots and or a forest sword, which is the basically second best weapon that we can get at this time. We have good ladder pace here, so I'm easily going to go... In a perfect run, we go 40 on this day, but I didn't get good forge spawns, so I don't really have enough energy to be able to go there. But 35 is about the average that I get. So overall, it's probably going to be a pretty good day. That being said, I can't get away with less, so it is still marathon safe if I don't get 35. If I get, like, I don't know, 25, 30, we're still looking good. I just might have to do one extra day of mining, which is fine. Also, everybody's favorite floors, not known as the dark floors. These floors are really dark. I'm hoping to find a torch, though I don't have the inventory for it. So this is kind of a bit of a hassle, because I don't have the inventory. I can't really see. The normal way how I deal with these floors is by, like, sitting closer to the monitor just to see the little shining light. These floors are really hard to see on. But yeah. I'll make sure that I have inventory room for a GDQ run so people can actually see. But we're gonna get a little bit of a forehead cam because of this. Oh, ran out of energy. I don't have to worry about exhausting here. Exhausting's not a big issue for us. If we pass out or exhaust out in the mines, you don't lose items like most people think you do. That's a crate, right? Yeah. You actually only lose gold. And it's only 10% of the current gold on you. So I would lose 50 gold if I were to exhaust out or pass out today. And that is not really a lot of gold for me to care about, and it's faster than walking home. The other side effect that does happen, but it won't happen to me, is waking up with less than max energy. The reason it won't happen to me is because if you level up a skill, no matter what, even if you pass out at 2 a.m. in the middle of the night, you will wake up with full energy the next day just because you leveled up. And I am definitely going to hit mining level 1 today, so I have no reason to concern about not waking up with full energy tomorrow. Also, this is not a great floor. It is a very dark floor that I can't see on, and I still don't have a ladder. I'd like to get off this floor just so I can pass out, because I'm kind of running low on food. This is one of those floors. We had really good ladder pace throughout the entirety of the beginning of this run. So I'm not really surprised that we finally just got one bad floor. I am going to be passing out here. I'm just using the energy on useful items. Or using the extra energy that I have from eating that on resources. Like copper, so I can get a few extra. So we're going to pass out. I just explained I'm going to lose 50 gold. But since I leveled up farming and mining, I'm going to wake up with full energy. No matter what. And we're going to look for another good luck day, which we just got. We can tell it's a good luck day by looking at the fortune teller. It was a pyramid, so it's not best luck, but it's pretty good luck. So now our objective is to get to floor 40 so we can get to the ice floors, and then we are going to need to farm iron. We need iron to make sprinklers. You need copper and iron bars. You make a bars from smelting 5 ore, and you use it. You make a copper or iron bar by smelting 5 of the respective ore, and it consumes 1 piece of coal for the bar in a furnace. So we will be doing that over the time that we are watering strawberries. So we'll be doing that here in a bit. But again, we still need to get to floor 40. I'm resetting floor 35 quickly like that is because I saw a bunch of rocks on the floor. The less rocks that there are on the floor, the higher odds there are for me to get a ladder from the rock. So since I can easily reset it with the elevator, just like right there, it's just a free floor reset that I don't have to worry about. I still need a little bit more copper, so I'm just going to nab a couple more here. Nice extra cave carrots. We do want that extra food. We're going to need it. That is a lot. That is worth a cherry bomb. We'll get return profit from that. Go up and collect the... Since we hit mining level 1, we unlock the crafting recipe for cherry bombs. It uses 4 copper and 1 coal, but I'm going to get way more copper back from that exchange than used, so it's worth it. Plus, it doesn't matter if I just miss out on 1 piece of coal. We're doing fine on that. Alright, now it's iron grinding time. Everybody's favorite. So the most effective way of actually farming iron is just repeatedly spamming floor 41 over and over again. We're also going to need a few extra coal, so we're going to slay some of these dust sprites here. Dust sprites have a very high chance of dropping coal when you slay them. So we need a total of 60 iron here, and we're just looking for iron clumps, which just have a random % chance of spawning each time you enter the floor. Basically how node spawning works is there's always one mother node that spawns, and then there's a % chance that another one spawns next to it and another one, and it keeps going until like that spawn check fails, essentially. I'm just getting extra coal here. I ideally want anywhere between like 37 and 40. The more the better. It saves me money later on. So we're sitting pretty on coal right now. I probably won't have to kill too many more dust sprites that I see in my way. I also need to use this time to gain a little bit of extra money. We did gain a lot of money on the first day of the mines, which was really nice, but we still need a little bit more. So ideally we get a couple more crate spawns on these floors, and hopefully we can get a few aquamarines, frozen geodes, and or jades, which is our best source of money. It's just one node. We're almost there on iron. Looking really pretty with is worth more. Oh, ladder down there. If we can get free ladders all the way down to 45, that would be also a really good for us, because if we can start day 3 in the mines on 45, that is looking extremely good. I need to drop something for that. Alright, we're just dropping stuff for money. I think we're chilling on money now. Looks like we're not going to get freebie ladders to 45 here, but that is fine. I just need one more iron, and we should be fine on money. Pretty sure we're solid on money, so. Alright, we're going to do our normal stuff, and we're just going to pass out. And then call that a day. It was really good mining. Actually, really good. Really fast. Got all the resources that we need. All the level up here. And now we're going to go out and sell all the extra resources that we don't need. Keep one of those, and the rest of this can be pulled. And we're going to do that. Alright, now we're sleeping until the 13th. The 13th is a festival day, but it's a special festival day because Pierre, who is the main seed seller in Stardew, sells strawberry seeds there, which is what we're going to be using to make a little bit of extra cash and what is it? And some farming XP. That was a really good mines, by the way. Ignore the gold split. Alright, now we gotta clear some room for planting today. We're going to be clearing this area over to the left here because we're going to eventually place a coop here and we want to make sure that nothing's in our way. So, want to do an early clear there, and now we're going to clear our farming area that we're going to be using for the remainder of the game. So we're going to be doing a really weird layout that most people aren't used to, and it's because of the type of sprinklers that we're going to be using early game. Most people just go straight into a sprinkler known as the quality sprinklers, or the quality sprinkler, but we don't really have the luxury to do that, since those are really expensive. I messed this up somewhere. Basic sprinklers only water the adjacent 4 tiles to them. So that is why it is like this. Particularly. What am I still missing? I have the leek. Am I missing the horseradish? I think I'm still missing 1 spring forge. I need all 4 spring forge coming out of this day. So I'm just buying 30 strawberries and then running back. It's going to turn night, but then we're just going to plant these since we already have all the crops pre-watered and placed. Alright. So now we're going to do a majority of our watering. This is basically all the watering that we're going to have to do for the entirety of the run itself. We're also going to take this time to smelt our bars for the sprinklers that we're going to need to make here in a minute. I'm also going to check what forage I'm still missing. I'm missing the daffodil and the horseradish. Alright, I should have picked up a daffodil. I thought I had that. Oh well, they're pretty common, so I don't have to worry about it. So, ideally, we get as many rain days as we can get here in the next couple of days. Rain has an 18% chance each day of happening. And basically, it will prevent us from having to water for a day, which saves us time. So we're praying for rain. On average, we get about 1 to 2 rain days. So, kind of what we're hoping for. Taking the time to smelt. Copper bars only take 30 minutes to smelt, so it kind of works out very nice for us. It takes us about 30 minutes to water the crops. So by the time we get back in there, we can put iron in. Iron takes 2 hours, so we want to smelt it second. So it gets done over the night, so it's ready in the morning. Oh, there's our rain day. Hopefully we'll get one more. Your watering can only has 40 charges, so I basically have to refill it after every single cycle, since I have 30. So that's what you see me doing. Alright, 2 more days of watering. Oh, here's the cat. So we do get the opportunity to say yes to the cat to keep it. Just for speed purposes, I'm going to say no here. Just because it's faster. But we do get to name the cat if we do say yes. So this could be a really easy donation incentive for us to do for this game. And then also we have the ability to pick between a dog and a cat. Do if we want. Alright, 1 more day of watering. Hopefully we get rain on the 20th so I don't have to bother. I need to refill my can, I'm dumb. I'm going to go check for the... Okay, well, I found my daffodil. I'm gonna have to do this eventually because I won't get a daffodil to spawn on my farm. I'm also gonna have to go to the left side of the farm for the horseradish, unless if one spawns on the right side here. But I doubt that, so. We are going to lose a little bit of time to that, sadly, but whatever. Anyways, it is harvest day. We're gonna get 2 harvests from these strawberries. They are multi-producing plants. But I don't have to water anymore. This is gonna get me farming level 2, so I can craft sprinklers. Whenever you level up in this game, whatever skill that you level up, there's 5 different skills. You get different crafting recipes. Farming level 2 specifically gives us sprinklers, which we're going to use to our fullest advantage to just sleep away days. So now that we have sprinklers up, I don't actually have to go out and water every day since they're being watered for me. So I can be the laziest farmer alive and just hibernate. Every gamer wishes they can do this. All right, we're gonna go out on the 27th here, due to the fact that I still need a horseradish. Looks like we didn't get one to spawn on the left side of the farm, which is a little unfortunate. But that just means I just have to go to the left side here. Also got a leek spawn. horseradish instead, but whatever. Can't really. I'm gonna have to get rid of this leek. Cool. I should have emptied my inventory first, but this is fine. A little bit of time lost, but that just happens. Unlucky forge spawns. Easy backups, though. And one more day. Unfortunate that we lose time like that to RNG like that. We generally get the horseradish, but it happens. So now we're going to place the remaining sprinklers today. And then we're going to hoe this extra area, which will eventually turn into where we put our quality sprinklers, because they water the surrounding 8 tiles instead of just the adjacent 4. So that's why they're like this, but we're just going to be filling these spots with wheat. The reason we're doing wheat is because they only take 4 days to grow, and on average you get 4 rain days in summer, so we're just going to let the rain water them for us. So now we're gonna walk over here and get the cutscene to open up the main objective for this game, which we're technically supposed to get on the 5th of spring, but yeah, we kind of just hibernated. So yeah, we're going to be finally opening up the community center. So for those who don't know what the game, or what Stardew main objective is, which is to complete the community center, this is the community center. Basically there's going to be these little guys, these little forest spirits known as Junimos, that want crap. They just want stuff to help repair the thing. Each there's a golden scroll for basically every single room, and each one of them has like 3 to 6 different bundles in there, each wanting different stuff. Based off of, or corresponding to different seasons, different crops, different fish. Just a bunch of stuff that they want to repair the entire community center with. Sorry, menus are hard to go fast with. This is what we're doing for summer. The main reason we're doing a combination of melons and blueberries is because of farming XP routing. I would love to just do all blueberries because they gain more money, more raw money than melons. But blueberries give 14 less XP per season than melons, or per like full season. And we don't have that much XP to give away, so I do have to do 25 melons. Otherwise, we wouldn't hit level 6 farming on time. So now we're just going to plant that. For those wondering how I'm just planting instantly, you just hold down right click and it just plants the crop right under your feet. Also, for those asking about the selling price, if you sell to Pierre, it sells for the exact same amount as selling to the bin. You just get your money instantly. The only downside is if you go into your collections tab, it doesn't actually count towards your collections. So, yeah, there's that. So if you're a completionist, you do want to sell a couple items to the bin, but it's just faster to get money straight through Pierre. Other than that, we're back to hibernating. We have our sprinklers down, and we don't really have to worry about watering our crops. We're waiting for all of them to grow up so we can harvest them and make some extra cash. We're going to need the money for an item known as explosive ammo in the mines here. I'll explain a little bit more about explosive ammo once we get to it. We've already had 3 rain days, by the way, so the wheat's going to be watered. So we're just sleeping until the 14th here. Yeah. Then we're gonna harvest and sell everything. Oh, I overslept, didn't I? No, I didn't. Okay, that was the 13th. I thought I just overslept for a second. Don't worry about that misplanted blueberry. I buy 35 blueberries instead of 34, which is the actual number I need, just because it's quicker menuing. It's 1 less inventory, or 1 less, or it's 3 less clicks, so it's faster. And then I can just plant it to get rid of it, so I don't have to menu it. Alright, pick all that up. I'm going to give a real quick seizure warning here. On the next good luck day, I'm going to have to spam open a bunch of mail, and it is a little bit of flashiness. So for those who struggle with that, I would recommend looking away because of that. Just a fair warning. It's on the next good luck day, so it might be a little bit. I do have to wait for a good luck day. Never mind, it's going to be right now. So we just need to read the mail. There's a few pieces of mail that we need to get. Mainly, there's a little bit of money that we get from our parents that I was mentioning earlier at the start of this run. And then on top of that, I don't need any of that. All right. I need to get the initiation quest for the Adventurers Guild. And then on top of that, I need to read the wizard's letters so I can actually go and talk to the wizard about the Junimos. All right, next up, we're doing our last day in the mines today. We are going to be utilizing a item called explosive ammo because of the difficulty ramping up in the mines. With the ice floors, each rock that I have to break with a pickaxe takes 3 floors, which will take an enormous amount of energy to be able to get to floor 80 that way. We are going to use basically explosives to get our way down. Yeah. So this is when I'm going to mention the time that, or mention the fact that I am not running on current patch. I am running on a downgraded patch that is 1.4.0. Live patch is 1.4.5. The reason we're running on a lower patch is because of explosive ammo. Explosive ammo was nerfed on patch 1.4.1. Making it basically useless for us in speedruns. We can't really acquire it as early as we do in this run, so, yeah, it basically was removed from speedrunning in any patch, after this. Explosive ammo is, basically a ranged explosive that you can put into the slingshot that costs, on this patch, 100 gold each, or 100 gold per shot. Yeah, it's 100 gold per shot, so it's dirt cheap. And if you use effectively, you can gain a lot of floors instantly because bombs one-shot rocks, no matter what floor type you're on. So even if I go to Skull Caverns, which is the hardest, where the hardest rocks in the games are, it will still just one-shot everything, every single rock in Skull Caverns. So I don't even need to worry about upgrading my pickaxe, which saves us a bunch of time. because I can just use explosive ammo to just go down as fast as possible, and I still collect full resources from it. I'm gonna hopefully be able to get a crab from one of these rock crabs today. By the way, the reason I'm just sitting on these floors killing green slimes is to get initiated into the into the Adventurers Guild to be able to buy explosive ammo. I have to kill 10 green slimes. So, yeah. You heard that little ding-a-ling sound right there. That means I killed 10 green slimes, so we're good to go. So now my objective is to get to 45 before 2 p.m. The Adventurers Guild opens at 2. It's a very irregular shop where it opens super late in the day, not early in the day, like 9 a.m. It opens at 2 p.m. So we do have a little bit of time to get down a couple floors before it opens. So ideally we get about, we take this morning to grind out green slimes, and then we have time to get 5 more floors after that. I'm going to kill all these slimes since they're all climbed up nice and tight for me. Generally, I don't bother doing this because it's going to drain my HP because I'm just going to constantly get hit by these guys. And I don't have a weapon to kill them quickly. I don't have a good weapon this run. Ideally, right now, I would have a weapon upgrade. We got 5 floors. We might be able to go 10. Really just depends on our ladder luck here. We do have a decent amount of time currently. That is a weapon. I just need to complain, forehead. So this is a club. This is a weapon upgrade. This is the best weapon I can get this run. Basically, each weapon type, there's 3 weapon types, clubs, swords, and daggers, has their own special attack by right-clicking. The clubs is the most overpowered because it is a smash AoE type attack. But generally, most people only use it to just do a single smash, a single hit. It has a little quirk with it where if you spam left-click after you smash attack, it adds on extra hits. So, depending on how fast you can left-click after you use your right-click, you can basically instant-kill basically every monster in the game. Just flat up, just kill them. Just like that. Yeah. So, getting clubs are very useful because now I don't have to worry about enemies and I can just instant kill them and get them out of the way. They do take full knockback, so if you have a slime and he's kind of just in the open and you hit him, he's just gonna go flying backwards and you won't be able to instant kill him. But if he's against the wall like that, yeah, he has nowhere to go and you'll just kill him before he has time to move. Alright. A few other objectives that we need to get through on this day is we need to gather 65 iron. So I'm just like, I'm going to be passively grabbing that on my way down. I need 35 gold ore, fire quartz, frozen tier, 7 quartz, and just as much money as we can. I just need bundle items. That's mainly what I'm looking for. There's quite a few items that I need to get on my way down. Ideally, we can get it all on this day. But that's not always going to happen. It is really RNG dependent on if ladders are generous to me, if I get gold ore to spawn frequently on 81 because I'm going to be farming it just like I did with iron, and if I get the fire quartz, which can always be a pain. So there is quite a few things that I have to be worried about. I also have to be going fast here. I got to make sure that I'm not wasting too much time. But this is the power of explosive ammo. It just one-hits rocks. You saw how long it took me to go down 10 floors with the pickaxe and how tedious it was. Yeah, explosive ammo just bypasses that all. And I'm just going to run straight down and just blow up the entire floor. Explosive ammo does take a little bit of skill to use. You can't just blow up. I wanted to kill those guys. You can't just blow up the ammo wherever you want. It actually only blows up off of enemies, walls, and ladders. I'm trying to get extra coal here, by the way. We're going to need a lot of it. So sometimes it's beneficial to like move enemies in the way of rocks like that and shoot it at them. And then other times you just want to aim at the wall. But like sometimes you have floors where you have rocks that you just can't reach naturally with the explosive ammo. So you kind of have to like lure enemies where you want them to be. You kind of have to play it well and play it smart. So it does take a little bit of skill and brain power to get proficient at. Plus, not only that, the controls of explosive ammo are really wonky. So that doesn't really help. It's best used on PC or on keyboard and mouse, but it's still a pain to learn. It takes a while. I'm gonna be a little greedy here, or not a little greedy, it's more a little safe. There's a coal cart on this floor, or a coal bag, whichever you want to call it. And I just want to make sure that I have enough coal for this run, so I am going to go out of my way. Plus, it will give me time to kill that ghost, because I need a solar essence, thank you. Alright. The only risky part about using explosive ammo is, well, at least how I use explosive ammo. I do hurt myself a lot. And it does do a lot of damage to you if you kind of just sit there and take it. So. Yeah. Also, 59 is a pain. I do have a way to skip this floor, but ideally I don't use a ladder on it. Because if I get a monster floor and I have to ladder 59 and the monster floor, I am going to be really low on stone, which will make me really low on money later into the game. If it does happen, we're fine on money. It's not run over, but it makes money a little bit more sketch. So I'd rather avoid that at all costs. Luckily enough, we did get the ladder and not wasted too much time. Or didn't waste too much time, so there is that. I do actually want to go to the right side here. I was just looking for a ladder. I need one aquamarine still. Like, look at this. This is a little awkward. I can't actually blow it up off of that big rock. So I can only get, like, the top couple of rocks there. There's our aquamarine. There's also another 2 weapons that I don't need. Clear that out. I'm going to use this ghost to my advantage. Oh, I missed. A little awkward to aim. Hitboxes in this game are a little funky at times. Don't really want to be using explosive ammo on one shot. Alright, we should be good on iron now. Yeah, we are way over on iron. Alright, I don't need to worry about iron whatsoever at this point. I really need to worry about quartz. I need 3 more quartz still. Because I'm not really in panic mode for quartz. I need 7 quartz total. And we just need to pick up our speed, mainly. I'd like to be on 80 within, like, the next 2 hours. Oh, freebie, cool. Right next to the... full bag. I'll like that. Oh, here we go. This is why we save the ladder. I would be really low on stone. That's an infested floor. You generally get 1 or 2 of them throughout the run, so that's just when I got it. That's what you want to keep your stone for, so you don't have to deal with it. I don't need to worry about iron too much, so I'm not even going to waste the ammo there. Alright, this floor gave us trouble on the dark floors, and we got through it pretty well on these floors. speed is picking up. We're still a little slower than what I would like, but we're chilling. Where are we at? I need one more quartz. You can see by what I talk about taking full knockback from these skeletons, by the way, with the combo. If they're not against the wall, they do get flown back. Thankfully, skeletons don't take too much knockback, so I can still instant kill them without them being next to a ladder, but I need to be a little careful. All right, that is a boss slime. That's actually a rare spawn. They have increased health and increased damage. That is a free diamond, which I will take gladly. That is free money. And now we're on these floors. I generally don't pick up these boots, but I'm going to play it safe here. And it's just extra damage reduction. Alright, now we're just going to be using explosive ammo to farm gold here. So the only items that we are now missing is a fire quartz, and we need 35 total gold ore. So just going to be spamming 81 over and over and over again until we get all the ore that we need. That one is wood. We're also doing really solid on coal. Overall, this has been a good run. That is wood, and I know that. Right, hopefully we just get gold ore to spawn. Even if I don't get everything that I need today, which is, we should be chilling in that department. We should get everything that we want today. Knock on wood that I mentioned that. But even if we don't, we can easily just come back the next day and be totally fine. Just like what we did with the forge. We just have to go out of our way for it. Doesn't waste too much time, but we still have to do it. We need it. All right, 10 more gold, and then we're just resetting floors for the fire quartz. Fire quartz time. That's all we're looking for now. I'm going to be using the remainder of my explosive ammo to blow up stone to get extra stone, by the way. Because each stone that I get for later into the run saves me money, so. And we are just for fire quartz. Of course, we're getting really good gold spawns after we don't need it anymore. Or, yeah, gold spawns. Again, if I don't get the fire quartz, I will just have to walk back up here and farm for it a little bit more. Ideally, we don't have to, but it's just the way of the road. Man. Would have been a really good run so far if I actually picked this up. Unfortunate. Oh well. We're gonna lose a bit of time here. It's generally not this rare, but obviously because I had a good mine or a good spring and a and whatnot, it's just going to give me bad luck. I had a good spring and a good start to the mines for day 3. It's just going to give me bad luck because I had a good run going. Oh well. Stuff like this happens all the time. It's not too big of a time loss. So we just gotta walk back. It is a little unfortunate because of how long the walk time is, but we should be fine overall. And we continue the grind. And still pick up a little bit of extra stone here still, too. A little bit of time. Man. We can't get fire quartz out of crates, so I just have to find it on the ground. So this is really unfortunate. Kind of just faster to reset 81 at this point over and over again. Stuff like this happens, though. There it is. Alright. I would say not too bad, but it's pretty bad. But, I mean, we're looking really good on money. 60 coal, 313, or 323 stone. We're going to be really looking good on money later into this run. But it's just unfortunate that we're losing a bunch of time here just now. Alright, now we got to do a really big inventory management section for all our goodies here. Alright, now it's time to begin sleeping and smelting. So this is when we start hibernating again. So now would probably be a decent time for donations because I'm just going to go out 3 more times to go harvest, and we're just going to be smelting. So like it would be a good time to read donations. There's going to be a lot of times like that throughout this run where I'm just sleeping to the next week essentially. Oh, wow. Yeah. But we have that. That's not what I wanted to do. Can I stop getting distracted? Go out and harvest. We're going to go the Tiller perk. We just hit level 5 farming. So we want the Tiller perk, which basically increases the base price, the base selling price of crops by 10%, which is going to be very useful because we're going to be selling a bunch of crops raw here in just in a minute. Oh, yay, I get to explain a useless event. This is the crop fairy. It's a 1% chance of happening each and every day. And basically, there's no good use for this in a speedrun. It is very nice for casual play, just to happen. It's a really cool event, but for speedrunning, it is a pretty big time loss. It's like a 30-second time loss, just waiting for it to grow up. Because we have everything, like, set in stone. So we don't need anything extra to come up and grow our crops for us. We got one more harvest. Man, that fire quartz really lost a bunch of time. That's depressing. That was a really good start to the run. Very good start to the run. Alright, last day. We should hit level 6 farming off of this. I generally don't check, but just because I'm going to be safe this run, I will check my farming level. But I don't believe I lost any, I didn't lose any crops to lightning. If we get 6, cool. Alright. We're chilling. Not too much time lost for that fire quartz. Especially for the RNG given. Alright. So the reason we don't harvest the wheat in summer is not only just because it is a multi-season crop that stays until fall, but it's actually to keep all the spots or it's to keep all those spots tilled, so I can do less tilling today. Which saves us a little time since today is kind of tight on time. Alright, these are quality sprinklers. They water more. Alright, time for the inventory hassle. The inventory plague. Where's my last item? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. I have all that. Alright, cool. Let us go. Alright, now we finally get to open up the community center after 2 full seasons. We finally get to talk to the Junimos, the keepers of the forest, the forest spirits that have moved into the community center and whatnot. But we also get to talk to a lot of people's favorite NPC known as the Wizard. He basically gives us a magical soup, definitely not drugs, but a magical soup that allows us to be able to talk to the forest spirits and be able to read their language, which is what's on the Golden Scrolls. We're going to be skipping the cutscene because it's slow, but yeah. Now we can read Forest Spirit. So we're going to head up to the community center and start turning in bundles. A couple things about the bundles is whenever you complete a bundle or individual bundle, you actually gain a little reward. Some of these are very useful, like a extra quality sprinkler or some extra money from spring seeds. And then if you complete an entire room, you get a bigger reward. The one that we're completing today is the boiler room, which will give us access to the minecarts, which is the thing that you saw next to the bus stop, top left corner, which is basically a quick travel there's the minecart in the mines. It basically allows you to quick travel to areas, so it will save time over time to do that. But yeah, we got to unlock all the bundles. There's more than just one here. So that is the first one. That is Spring Forge. There's a forge bundle for each season. But again, we go to year 2, so it's easier to do a lot of the forging stuff in year 2. We just need to do Spring Forge year 1 so we can unlock more bundles here. Because you have to complete a bundle from here to be able to unlock more bundles. And the easiest one is the Spring Forge. And that is our quality sprinkler for completing summer crops. Again, we will be doing spring crops. There's a spring crops bundle in year 2. It is faster and easier to do in year 2. So that is when we do it. And now for the last one, the actual full boiler room. I'm going to be stacking cutscenes here, which will allow us to move for just a short period of time here. Alright, so because we are able to stack animations, it allows us to move early. And basically we can just walk out. And it does this. Yeah. It's a little freaky. Not a glitch, by the way. And we're gonna buy not a glitch. Yeah, stacking animations causes some really weird things. And that was just me completing bundles, by the way. Or multiple bundles at the same time. And then using animation canceling to get out of that animation early. Or one of the animations early. So we're going to do fall crops here. And just plant pumpkins. Pumpkins is our best money source that we can do in fall currently, because we are going to get up an item called preserve jars, which is basically going to double the base price of any crop that we put in. So it is much better to put pumpkins into preserve jars than cranberries, since you get a better return value. All right, now we're just going to be sleeping for a rain day so we can begin our fishing fish that we need. We're fishing for fish. We need fish for the community center for one of the bundles. Fishy fish, 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 fish. Fish, fish. We're also upgrading our axe today. That needs to leave. So we unlocked the minecarts through the boiler room completion, so now we can quick travel like that. Just click on the minecarts, and yeah, they work. So we gotta go get our fishing rod from Willie. He's just going to be at the dock. He sent us a letter on spring 2nd. Yeah, we read it, but we didn't really care to show up. But yeah, he's still waiting for us, even though it's 2 seasons later. He's a very dedicated fisherman, but he gives us bamboo poles so we can begin fishing. Yeah. I probably missed the ring when I was doing my explanation there. But basically, we're just waiting for a little ring to get a hit. And now we get to play a little fishing minigame. The entire objective of this fishing minigame is to keep the fish in the green bar to be able to catch it. Ooh, we got the little bonus sunfish. So, yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory. It's more difficult than it looks, but I kind of make it look easy since I have a ridiculous amount of time practicing catching fish at lower levels. But it is much harder than you think to get used to this. Some tips that I have is to just spam click. You have more control over the green bar if you're rapidly clicking than holding it. You hold it if you want it to accelerate upwards, but after you get it to the point that you want to begin clicking to stabilize it. We can animation cancel the reel back in, so if I have like a junk item or a fish I don't want, I can just cancel it and not have to worry about it. We're looking for a couple of fish here. The sunfish is a bonus fish that people are probably asking, how did I catch the sunfish when it's raining in fall? Generally, the sunfish is a spring-summer crop that is only available on sunny days. But this game has a tutorial fish, so the first fish that you... I've missed a ring. There's no way I haven't. I don't... Like, I'm staring at my character and I don't see it. And I keep getting garbage. Anyways, the first fish that you catch is a tutorial fish. So if the game decides that you're going to get a seaweed on your first catch, the game will automatically convert that into a sunfish if it is your first cast. Which it probably was, or a piece of garbage, it will convert into a seaweed. So that basically made it so I got the sunfish instead. So I caught it on a day that I'm not supposed to. It's basically the tutorial fish and the default fish that it goes back to. Other than that, we're looking for a couple other fish. We need the tilapia, which we already have, the red snapper, and the sardine. Also, I need to explain the training rod that I just bought. The training rod is a new rod that was added in 1.4, and basically we use it to decrease the pool of fish that you can catch. Basically, how the training rod works is it can't let you catch a fish with a difficulty above 50. Each and every fish in this game has its own difficulty value, ranging from anywhere between like 1 and 110. So basically what the training rod does is prevent you from being able to get any fish with a difficulty above 50 on the line. So we can use this to siphon out the fish that we don't want. I already caught the tilapia. The tilapia is the only fish in the ocean fish that has a difficulty above 50. Since I caught it early, it means I can switch to the bamboo, or the training rod, and catch the sardine and the red snapper at a higher percent chance of getting it on the line. Also, you're going to notice that I'm calling out what fish I have on the line before I even catch it. The way how I do that is because every fish has their own... Well, I won't say each and every fish has their own unique pattern, but their fish... every fish in this game has a pattern to it. Sometimes they overlap with other fish. Like you're going to notice here. The fish that I need in the river right now is the shad, the walleye, and the tiger trout. The walleye and the shad share the same pattern. So when I see that pattern, I know it's one of the two, but I don't know which one it is. Let's say the tiger trout has a different pattern. The tiger trout is a wiggly, fast-moving fish. So I know when I have it on the line when I see a fish that is wiggling a lot and it's pretty fast. There's another hard fish in the river right now, which is the catfish. But I don't need that right now. If I get an easy pattern for the catfish, I'll go after it. But if not, I'm just going to ignore it. Like that one fish that I just had that was hard, that was a catfish. It was a little too hard for my fishing level. My fishing level is a little low. This is the pattern for the walleye or the shad. I know it's one of the two, but I don't know which one it is. This time it was the walleye. I can't really tell the difference because it's the same pattern. They have the same difficulty number and the same typing. That was another catfish. But yeah, I'm just waiting for, hopefully, to get the tiger trout on the line here soon, and hopefully to get a shad. So you can see how, like, they do have varying patterns. Like, they have the same attributes. Like, the catfish is fast-moving like this, and it launches across the entire bar. But it doesn't do the same pattern every time. It has differences. But just the general, like, movement of the fish tips me off of, oh, hey, this is a catfish. Or, oh, hey, this is a tiger trout. I probably shouldn't be going for this catfish. It's kind of a waste of time. It's kind of a hard pattern. And I'm messing it up, but I'm kind of dedicated at this point. Not too bad. I'll take a free catfish. Generally, I have to get this back in summer, but if I get an easy pattern, I may as well. Just like that. There are a couple more fish that I do need. I need to get the eel, which spawns at 4 p.m. Each fish has, every fish has their own, like, timing window. So some fish are all day, but other fish has their own timing window. Like, the eel doesn't spawn until 4 p.m., and the bream doesn't spawn until 6. Where, some fish also has restrictions, where the tiger trout starts spawning at 6 a.m., which is when you wake up, but it only goes to 7 p.m., so I only have until 7 p.m. to catch it on the list. So it has time zones, kind of like Animal Crossing does, for, like, those types of fish. That's another catfish. So we do have kind of a time range here to catch certain type of fish, but we do have backups for fish if we don't catch them when we want to. Like the tiger trout. The tiger trout is the best fish to miss on this day if I'm missing a fish, since it is a, some fish has, have weather type restrictions, like they can only be caught on sunny days, or they can only be caught on rainy days. The tiger trout doesn't have a restriction like that, and it can be caught, so it can be caught on basically any day in fall. So it's a very, oh, that was a salmon. It's a very, available fish that I can just catch on any day if I have to. Alright, this is another salmon. The other fish that is in the pond right here is the salmon. It has a very, mean pattern sometimes. It generally moves, it moves more than the walleye and the shad, but occasionally it will have the same exact starting pattern as a walleye and the shad, and it basically makes me waste my time trying to catch it. This is a tiger trout, by the way. So it can be very mean like that, and that's what that salmon just did. It had the start of the walleye and the shad, and then it kind of just stood there. Alright. Really good fish. Only fish we're missing is the shad. You're going to notice that I'm switching to the training rod. The walleye and the shad actually have a lower than 50 difficulty rating, where the catfish, the salmon, and the tiger trout have above. So basically, the only 3 fish that I can catch with the training rod in the river is the walleye, the shad, and the smallmouth, and garbage technically, but garbage is always available. So it increases my odds by double, basically, of getting the shad, just like that. Alright. So now I just have to wait until 4 p.m. for the eel to spawn, so I have a little bit of time here. Kind of just relax. But I'm going to early cast here. Make our way down. The eel has a pretty unique pattern. It will launch itself up the bar very quickly at the start and kind of just sit there. So we have that going for us. Like this. This is our nice little eel. If I can catch it. Alright, so we have everything that we need so far. We just need one more fish, which is going to be the bream, but that doesn't spawn until 6 p.m. So I'm going to go do what I generally do at the end of the day, because I don't have the extra time, and go and visit Gus I'm going to be buying 15 coffee and checking his dish of the day, which is rice pudding, so I don't really care. Generally, if he has like a fishing item, I'll buy it, like a fish taco. It gives me +2 fishing, which increases, or gives me a better shot, or it makes fishing easier. All right, we have some time that we can just relax here. This probably won't happen on the actual run. This is really good fishing. I generally don't have time to just sit here and relax, because it's generally like down to the wire. I'm generally missing a fish or two, and I have to back them up. So this has been a really good fishing day so far. So I generally don't have this extra time, but we could, if this does happen, it can easily be a good time to read donations or something like that. There's really not going on for the rest of this day. We got to catch one more fish, which is the bream. It's a really easy catch. It will go up to the second notch and kind of just sit there. It's an easy fish, so we're going to be using the training rod. It gives us a better odds. This is a perfect fishing day. Literally, this is going to gold split by a mile. So this should be fun. This is basically a god fishing day. The only time loss I had was to that catfish, and it wasn't even that bad. So we are just going to head back, and then we are going to sleep until the 15th, which is when the pumpkins are done. So, yeah, again, this would, once I start sleeping again, it's a good time for more donations to be read. There's going to be a lot of sections like this, where I'm just going to be sleeping until the next crop cycle. Because the objective of Stardew is to just go out, or the objective of Stardew Valley speedrunning is to go out the fewest days amount as possible. So we only want to go out when crops are ready, and on days that we absolutely have to fish on. And stuff like that, and absolutely have to go out on. So, there's that. So we're just sleeping until the 15th here. A lot of rain. Yeah, that was a gold split by almost 20 seconds, 20, 30 seconds. Oh, nice full inventory. Pog. Alright, our inventory is going to be a little annoying today, because of how full it is. But we'll get through it. Gonna put a couple things away. Okay, clearing that area out. Coal, stone. Fun day. Alright, we're gonna turn in a bunch of these items here super quickly. And during that same time, I'm going to do some quick math using a calculator. Because we have a little bit of extra time today, so I don't have to worry about doing anything else, really. Oh, I should put the salmon away. That's a mistake. Bundle done. That's not what I wanted to do. Catfish, yeah. Bundle done. bee house. Alright, I know we're gonna be fine on money, so I don't have to worry about this. Alright. So we're gonna need the bee house later. The bee house is actually a backup that I recently implemented because of how, also this cockle's a really good spawn. Because of, how Artisan Bundle, the Artisan Bundle has been treating me, so it just gives us an extra Artisan product just in case if I don't get, the RNG spawns that I need for them. So it's kind of just a quick backup that we just get early. But, yeah. Alright, we're going to be using coffee for the speed boost. Shops don't open until 9, so we kind of just have to wait each morning. And we're going to sell you, and sell down to our magic number of 45, our favorite number. And we're going to buy 108 of those. And that's it. Okay. Now we're going to buy 725 wood. We need a total of 750. Fastest way of buying is holding down right click and spamming left click along with shift. I need 140. That's a few extra stone. That's fine. Making sure I get my numbers right. Being a little paranoid. What we're going to do with extra wood and stone is make preserve jars, by the way. And we're going to make our pumpkins into pickle pumpkins because it doubles their base price. It makes them sell for 690 gold instead of 320. So it's very useful to gather. Wait, I don't want that. I want this. And preserve jars. 9 of them. Off we go. Whee! Get rid of those. We don't need those anymore. Rather have, it's more efficient to have the spots as pumpkins. We're just gonna run around and go and plant everything. We're gonna put them right next to the bed for easy access, and we're just going to go out and back in every 3 days. They take 3 days to produce. It does take time for these things to actually give you stuff back. It's not like copper that you just have to wait 30 minutes. You actually have to wait 3 full days. But guess what? Since we're sleeping a bunch of days because we have to progress through fall for our pumpkins to grow up and for other things to get done, and we still need to get to winter for the winter forge winter forge. Just very good to just sleep and go. Sleep and go. Every 3 days, we walk out, put 9 more pumpkins in, and make money. This is the point in time where we are really going to start hibernating, so this is like going to be a really big time to just get in as many, or get in, read as many donations as we can. Grammar is hard, words are hard, because we're just sleeping, and I really got nothing else to say for a little bit. Because we are sleeping until the 28th to harvest, and then we're sleeping until winter 19th before we actually do anything. We got a bunch of time here. Harvest day. So many common mushrooms. I will say harvesting in this game is one of the most satisfying things there is. Especially when you do it fast. That is worth the time loss. If I don't have to go to the left side of the farm to get a purple mushroom, I will take that. This is what I mean by the forest map being super beneficial with forge spawns, stuff like that. You wouldn't be able to get the purple mushroom to spawn on your farm on any other farm type other than the forest farm. And we do need a purple mushroom this run, so that is a very big perk. Sure, you can say, oh, then select the mushrooms from the bat cave, but then we have to get a bunch of fruit trees, which is really annoying to do. But again, we're just sleeping until the 19th here, so it's pretty straightforward. We will have a busy day on the 19th coming up here, so I should probably start explaining it now. We have to get all the winter forage. We gotta check for the Nautilus shell on the beach. We're also going to do a traveling cart check. For those wondering about whether or not we are using the traveling cart in this run, we are, but only for one item. We are manually getting the rabbit's foot and the truffle from the pig, or from the pig and the rabbit, and respectively. For those who don't know what the traveling cart is, the traveling cart shows up on Fridays and Sundays and sells a random assortment of items. And they can sell some pretty rare items that we do need for the community center, but the odds of them showing up are so minuscule that there's no... On average, you lose more time YOLOing items from the cart than actually doing this route. So that shows you how small it is to get the items that you actually need. But we go out on the Friday specifically because of the cart check, and it is the best, and it is the second best day for a forge check, because we need winter forge. We want it to be on the most optimal day to pick up forge. How forge works in this game is basically it stockpiles throughout the week. It starts on Sunday, and it starts gathering up over time. There's just a random chance of it spawning anywhere between 0 and 4 forgeables in any given, or in every single area, every single day. And it just stockpiles up until Saturday. Once it hits Saturday, at the end of Saturday and onto the day of Sunday, the Saturday to Sunday transition, all the forge resets. So the most optimal day to forge is on a Saturday, but since we don't have the cart available to us on that Saturday, our next best option is to go out on the Friday, because we get the traveling cart check too. So we are going to start moving over all the items that we need for the cart. I forgot to sell the diamond. Why did I forget to sell the diamond? Oh, that. rest of that. No, well, I do need that. And one more. Alright. And off we go. So now we're going to make a pathway down south here. We're just going to clear a little path, because we're going to want to pass through here later. We're going to use actual paths so it doesn't get too overgrown. It will destroy some of our paths over time, but the entire goal is to just have it not that overgrown. Now we're going to use the coffee here. So we're going to need a crystal fruit, a Corcus, a snow yam, a winter root, and a nautilus shell today for forge. And ideally, we get a... ideally, we would have gotten a pufferfish there. It is a very high % chance, as I was saying before. Some items in the cart are very low % chances, but one of the high % chances is the pufferfish, which is what we're looking for. It is one of the highest. It's in the top 5. It's like a 37.5% chance of showing up from the cart each day. So it is a very safe item to bet to get from the cart. Plus, the days that we can go and get the pufferfish are extremely awkward times, or catch the pufferfish is extremely awkward times for us, and it's a pretty hard catch overall. So it's easier just to leave it. Also, did I really get screwed on the nautilus shell? Nice Friday forge. I was hyping it up, saying that Friday forge is the best forge day, but we just got absolutely butt blasted by no forge there. We got a cockle though, but we already had that. We're gonna head up here, sell my extra crops to Pierre's that I don't need. We are also going to buy the rice while we're here. And then we're going to head up to Robin's. We're going to do a few special things at Robin's. Back in 1.3, the wood and stone prices in year 2 were jacked up. So once we get into year 2, the wood and stone prices are 5 times the normal amount. So because of that, we want to buy all the wood and stone that we need for the rest of the game from Robin in year 1. So that is why I'm selling all the pickled pumpkins that we have stored up before we get the level 10 perk of Artisan, which makes them sell for 40% more. So we can afford all 2,600 wood that we need and 1,100 stone that we need. Because we don't want to be buying wood for 50 gold a piece. We'd rather be buying it for 10 gold a piece. And one last thing. No, wrong way. I want to build a barn. Nice little barn. Alright. So we're gonna have to go out an extra day to get the nautilus shell because I got really bad forge spawns on the beach today. So unfortunately I will have to go out again. And we are going to upgrade our axe. I'm gonna go out again next. So we will lose a little bit more time, but that's just way of the road. So again, this would be a good time for reading more donations. We're just going to be sleeping, and I'm going to check the beach next Saturday for the Nautilus shell. Oh. You have that. I could have technically gone out on the Friday, but... I'm going to use the coffee, save a little bit of time. We're already going to be a bunch anyways. Krobus cutscene. I'm sorry, Shadow Man cutscene. Spoilers. That gets a speed run. I hope you expect spoilers. Alright, hopefully we get an Nautilus shell here. Okay, we got 3. And never mind 2. That is what I mean about NPCs running over stuff. If it's in their way. Pretty sure I mentioned that. There. And take our minute time loss. Alright. Springtime. Spring is a really chill season 2. Nothing really different. Just going to be growing our spring crops and cauliflower for money. And yeah, that's really it. A lot of debris spawn though, which is unfortunate. Well, luckily for us, we actually had a lot or we're going to have a lot of extra time on this day due to the fact that I caught the sunfish in fall. Generally, this is the day that I go out and catch the sunfish, but since I already got it in fall, I don't need to worry about it today. So we're gonna have a bunch of leftover time today because of that. My tools are in very awkward spots. We can go do a few turn-ins then. Super quick since we have the morning. Alright. Quick little turn in since we have the morning, kind of just do whatever. Now. I forgot to. That's fine. I forgot 3 items. I just don't want to be late, so we're fine. Now we're going to hurry up and upgrade our coop to tier 2, being the big coop. We do have to get our coop and barn to tier 3, which is deluxe. It goes just barn coop, then big coop, big barn, deluxe coop. That kind of just goes in order. And now we're going to go and pick up our axe, which will be steel quality. The reason we need to get our axe up to steel quality is because we need to unlock an area called the Secret Woods, which is only unlockable through the steel axe. So we do have to spend the time to upgrade our axe, and that's why I was slowly doing it, just like this. And now we have it. Now that we have that, I'm just going to go and plant all our lovely cauliflower. We're gonna lose some extra time here, but that is just due to the fact that I was turning in bundles when I generally don't today. I'm generally just fishing, so we're gonna lose a little bit of extra time because of that menuing, but we'll gain it back much later. So we are chilling. Alright, again, this will be another good time for more reading of donations because of we're just sleeping. Almost out of pumpkins. We're just sleeping until the 14th. Alright, we're basically going to do the same thing on the 14th. Where we're just going to go out, sell some pickles. We're going to plant more cauliflower. And then we are going to upgrade our barn to tier 2. This. I won't be turning in anything else, so I can put that away. So I'll clean out our inventory. Alright. And let's get the crops underway. So the benefit of buying 2 rounds of seeds on spring 1st instead of just buying 1 round and then another round on this day is the fact that during the time that I'm waiting for Pierre's to open to sell pickles to him too, I actually have the time to just plant it now. So instead of going from Pierre's to Robin's to planting, I can go from planting to Pierre's to Robin's to bed. So it saves a little bit of time doing it like this in this order. And yes, I still have to wait until 9 because of the fact that I need to upgrade my barn at Robin's today. It's just the best day to do it on since we're already going out and we don't go out any other day. That's fine. We're also going to finally check the Bat Cave after a full half a year of letting it stockpile. We're looking for a pomegranate in here, just a single pomegranate and a couple other. That'd have been sick. No pomegranate though, unfortunately. The reason I was saying that would have been sick is because getting 3 apples to spawn from the Batcave is extremely rare. The apple is the lowest spawn rate item from the Batcave, and we need 3 of them for this run. The only issue is they have to be 3 of the exact same quality, and since these weren't 3 of the exact same quality, I can't really use them. I'm still going to have to buy an apple tree. I don't want that. I don't want it. It is totally fine that we didn't get a pomegranate there. We do have time to check for it one more time, so we don't have to buy a pomegranate tree. And even if we do have to buy a pomegranate tree, we are doing really good on money this run, so I don't have a worry. It's just unfortunate. The past couple of runs, I haven't been able to get the pomegranate, so that's why I'm a little tilted. We're just waiting until 9 at this point. More than enough money. We only need 12k. Well, a little more than 12k, so we can buy the fishing rod on the first. So far, so good on the run. RNG has been up and down. We had a really good mines until Fire Quartz. Ball fishing was good, and then we got really destroyed by the Nautilus shell. So this run's had its ups and downs, but so far, so good. Very acceptable run. Slightly above marathon safe pace, I would say, with all the test runs I've done. Slightly above the average time that I'm looking for. Yeah, my inventory is a mess, but it's fine. All right, so now we get to show off the instant sleeping because I don't have to plant. And that. All right. I'm just gonna be sleeping until the 28th now, so again, another good time for to read donations. Basically, the mid game of this run is very relaxed in that sense. The early game is kind of just a struggle bus with mining and the fishing and fall and making sure that we have everything. Mid-game kind of gets really relaxed. It's just a bunch of farming, upgrading, just a little bit of memory, nothing too hard. And then late game kind of picks up again with more fishing, and it's actually hard fishing. The fish that we have to catch in summer are much harder than the fish that we have to catch in fall. And then on top of that, we get the inventory mess, which is known as turn-in day. At the very end of the run, when we turn in every single item that we have, because we generally just stockpile items until the very end, because it's easier to just turn it in all at once. Like, I get a few days here and there where I can do a few, like, quick turn-ins when I have the ability to, but other than that, we mainly just do it all in one go at the very end. Once we have all the items. Alright, 28th. Alright, we should hit level 10 farming after this, and we're going to select the artisan perk so our pickles sell for more. side here. Right. Now we get to do fun. So this day is going to involve fishing on it. So we want to get through this hoeing process, re-hoeing process as fast as we can here. So we can begin fishing. I need to get rid of that. Feed. A nice little casual tip for people, though, is the fact that if you place pathing underneath sprinklers and you misclick on them and uproot them, or misclick on them with a hoe, they don't actually uproot. Granted, we don't really get that luxury in a speedrun, but it is a nice little thing for people who don't know about that. I should add. Alright, now we're gonna go fishing. We need a fish, which is generally known as the rung killer, which is the tuna on this day. This tuna has about an 8% chance of getting on the line each and every hook. On average, it's about an 8%. It kind of varies. Fishing is very weird with how it works. And yeah, we either get it really quickly here or we lose a bunch of time. Kind of just how it works. Hopefully we get it fast. Basically, the average time that I get it in is basically around noon. But if I can get it before noon, that is a really good time for me. Anything after noon is kind of slow. It is a very easy to spot fish. It has the same exact pattern as the eel, so it kind of just launches to the top and stays there for a little bit and then moves around. Trying to take a drink. An animation cancel. We're also going to buy the fiberglass fishing rod from Willy today. Upgrading our fishing rod will actually allow us to equip bait. Bait allows us to be able to get more fish on the line faster than what we normally would be able to, so we can cycle through fish faster. I bought a few extra bait. Cycle through fish faster. You're also going to notice that I've been eating trout soup. The reason I'm eating trout soup is because the higher fishing level you have, the higher chance you get, or you have for getting rarer fish. Plus, it makes them easier to catch because it makes your green bar bigger. I probably should have explained that in fall fishing, but I forgot. Not a tuna. I'm just looking at the pattern. As soon as I don't see the pattern, it's a skip. I don't remember if I had a seaweed or not, so I'm going to catch that. So we're just looking for the pattern. For those wondering how I instantly fail the fish, you can just press E or escape. That's another thing that I should explain in fall. But that's just a little side note. That's how you instant fail. E or escape on the keyboard. A little unfortunate so far. Still within the average time, but really wanted to get it quickly here. First couple of casts. It is an 8%, so it does take a couple tries, but... Max casting, by the way, the further you are casted out, the more... I don't think this is a tuna. I'm pretty sure this is a tilapia. I'm gonna catch it just in case. It didn't go all the way up on the first rotation. Yeah. A little unfortunate. Bad tuna so far. I will have to bail on this tuna if it gets to 3 p.m. because I still have to do a couple other things on this day. The shop's closed that late, so that's why. I kind of have to leave. Okay, so bubbles also reduce the wait time, but they don't stay for long, so I'm willing to bet by the time that I walk over there, they're just going to disappear, so I'm not going to bother walking over. As I say that, they're going to last more than, like, 2 hours, but I'd rather not waste the time to walk over there. Yeah, this is unfortunate. Our odds of finding it are slightly lower now, since it's past noon. Technically, I can actually catch the pufferfish today. But, again, pufferfishes are hard catches, so I'll probably just bail on it if I see it. See, they're already gone. Unfortunate. This is why it's known as the run killer. It's fine. The tuna can be backed up. You can catch it any day in summer. We do have to do another fishing day on the 13th coming up here, so... if I didn't get it right here, this is the pattern, by the way. I would have been able to just get it on the 13th. Only an hour late. Could have been worse. I'll take it. Alright. Now since we have level 10 farming, I don't really care. I don't need to hold on to any of the pickles anymore. I can just instantly sell them without any hesitation whatsoever. We're gonna buy 20 melons, poppy. Where's my corn? 10 corn, sunflower, 108 red cabbage. I already have the rice, and we gotta buy an apple and a pomegranate tree. Full combo. We're gonna do deluxe coop today. Yeah, because we didn't get the pomegranate from the bat cave, I do have to buy the pomegranate tree. Because I didn't get one from there. And just to be safe, I could YOLO for it, which is what I would generally do in normal speedruns. But since it's marathon safe, I will just buy the pomegranate tree. We will be fine on money, but it is a slight hindrance. Plant our red cabbage seeds, and I misplanted one, but that's fine. Doesn't need to be perfect, never needs to be perfect. Gotta get a majority of them down. If I'm missing one or two, we have room for error there. We're gonna be planting the rest of this stuff later. Alright. Now we're just going to casually sleep until the 13th, which is going to be our fishing day and harvest day. We're going to do a bunch of things on the 13th. We're going to be fishing for a lot of fish. We're going to be upgrading our final barn upgrade. We're going to be fishing in the secret woods, unlocking the secret woods, getting the fiddlehead fern, and just a bunch of stuff. Foraging the beach. A lot of stuff to do. It's a very jam-packed day. It is probably the busiest and hardest day to perform correctly in the run. So it is a very difficult day. Takes a little bit of luck, a little bit of skill, and a little bit of spice to make it happen. 3 more days. 2 and 3. Again, I mentioned earlier about rain. 13th of summer is a guaranteed rain day, so no matter what, I know it's going to rain on this day. So that is why we choose the 13th, because we want it to rain. So we take advantage of that. Plus, the 13th has a very unique spawning chance of being able to get a sea urchin on the left side of the beach. Generally, they only spawn on the right side, but for whatever reason, on the 2 guaranteed summer days, which is summer rain days, which is the 26th and the 13th, there is a chance of us getting a sea urchin on the left side of the beach. So we take advantage of that. Oh, this is unfortunate. I have no sap. So I'm going to check the beach first thing in the morning here because NPCs do crush forageables if they are in their path when they walk, and a couple NPCs actually walk on the beach even on this day, on this thunderstormy day. So just to make sure that no NPCs walk over it, I am going to check the beach super quick for the sea urchin. Looks like no sea urchin, unfortunately. So we're going to have to get an extra 300 wood for repairing the right side of the bridge, because I'm not going to go out on the 26th. The odds are not high enough for it to be worth it. Not where I wanted to go. Now we're off to the mines. We need every single fish we can possibly catch from the lake fish here. Sturgeon, carp, largemouth, bullhead, chub. Sturgeon being the hardest fish that we have to catch. EA bullhead. So I probably will need a little bit of quiet time for this segment just because of the difficulty the sturgeon can bring. Sometimes you can get an easy pattern, but most of the time it is a very hard fish. Just like that. It's a very jukey fish. Another bullhead. Probably just caught that for the XP. Really, another bullhead? There's 5 different fish that I can catch, and I've gotten the bullhead 3 of the 4 times that I've casted my rod in. I guess I technically got green algae, so it'd be 3 of the 5, but... Come on, big boy. Come on, big boy, stay still. See, that's an easy one. The first one was stupidly hard, and then I get a stupidly easy one. Sturgeon is just a special boy. Chub. Wait. Am I just missing the carp now? Yeah, I'm just missing the carp. Alright, we're good. How did I get the largemouth? I didn't even notice. There's probably a largemouth that looked like a bullhead in pattern, and I didn't look at the reel in. Kind of just looked away. Alright, now we need the ghost fish. The reason we go to floor 60 for the ghost fish is because it's a slightly higher chance to appear than on floor 20. So it's just a slight thing. Alright. This is turning out to be a really good fishing day so far. And we get to do fast pathing. Because we can afford the deluxe coop. Or deluxe barn. While I'm up here. Fast pathing. Fuck. Ducks barn. Alright, now we're gonna go down to Pierre, sell money so we're able to buy animals on the upcoming or on the 19th here. I'm scared every time I hear lightning that it strikes an important crop that I need. That's one of the scariest things about this day. I can easily replace it today, but it is in the back of my mind. Alright. We're gonna use the south path that we made on the farm here to get down fast. Or we're gonna empty our inventory and then use the south pass to get to the south quickly. Doesn't look like anything's been struck. Nothing struck. The path was struck. Now we're going to go to the secret woods. To get the remaining fish we need, I need 1 carp, 1 wood skip, a fiddlehead fern, and we're going to chop a couple of hardwood stumps in here. Not for the hardwood, we already have all the hardwood we need, but for foraging XP, because we need to hit foraging level 3 to be able to craft the tapper. Fishing time. We can technically catch the catfish today in this pond, but we don't need it. We already caught one earlier, so I don't need to worry about it. For the carp and the wood skip. I'm doing shorter casts, so I'm more likely not to get the catfish. By the way. There's our carp. Carp. And then we just need the wood skip. Hopefully we can get it here fast. The wood skip generally loses me a lot of time. Because out of the 3 fish, it is the lowest spawn rate of the 3, so... I don't know if this is the wood skip or the catfish. Because it's not moving fast enough to beat the catfish. Okay, nice. Alright. It's faster to pass out here than walk home, so... I will only end up losing 1,000 gold. And I have more than enough money currently, so I can just pass out and walk home. That was a really good summer fish. Alright. Now we are just going to sleep until the 19th. The reason we're sleeping till the 19th is because Marnie isn't open on Mondays and Tuesdays, and by that point, we could technically go on the 17th, but it's best to go on the 19th if we don't have the puffer fish, because then we get a free cart check. So it's just our best day to go. I'm also going to need a new... Alright. Now I'm going to spend basically all my energy on this day collecting wood. Because we are going to need extra wood to repair the bridge. We are already really behind on wood. And that we used all our energy. We are going to go check the cart and then wait for Marnie's to open. Marnie's, we're going to buy 1 brown chicken, 1 white chicken, duck, rabbit, pig, and cow. Each one of those can be named, so if we want to do a donation incentive to name each animal, we could. There will be 6 animals total. So that is another donation incentive we could possibly do. Other than that, we got our puffer fish, so we're pretty happy. And we're kind of just waiting for Marnie's to open. This day is pretty straightforward. These animals actually come pre-pet, so even though I buy them today, I don't have to worry about taking care of them today, pre-pet and fed. So I only have to worry about that tomorrow. Alright, purchase animal. You can tell what chicken type you're getting by looking at the top right there. I just got a white chicken. And then we got a brown chicken. It's a 50-50 about which color you get. Cow. Egg. Each one of them can be named. Just for this run, I'm not bothering. Ew. And rabbit. Milk pail and hay. Now we are going to head up. I don't have to worry about taking care of them today. We're just going to head up and instantly sleep. And then after that, we're going to have to take care of them next day for basically the rest of the run. So we're kind of getting down to the last bit of stuff that we have to do. We mainly just have to take care of animals for the next couple of weeks. And get the last remaining items that we still need. Finally got level 3, so we can make the tapper. We need a maple syrup and an oak resin, so let's just start with tapping that. And say hello to our animals. Each day that you pet your animals and feed your animals, they go up in friendship points. We're looking for large product variants of the large milk and the large eggs. And then we also need a duck egg and a piece of wool from the rabbit for the animal products. And then on top of that, we need a rabbit's foot, a duck feather, and a truffle. which is the special, or the rabbit's foot and the duck feather are special items from the rabbit and the duck, and the truffle is the pig's main product that it gives. For the large products, the animals have to be fully grown, or when I say fully grown, they have to be in their adult variation, and they have to be not max friendship. They have to have a friendship of above 200. It takes about 2 weeks of constant petting to be able to get the animals to 200 friendship points. So we do have to spend basically the next 14 days petting them and loving them. While at the same time, we're going to continue pickling our crops. We almost have enough money for the rest of the run. We just need to pickle a few more. The reason I leave the coop animals locked up is because there's 4 of them. They're kind of hard to keep track of. So I keep that door closed, but for the barn animals, there's only 2 of them, so it's very easy to see which one I pet or not. Plus, if they come out, I don't have to go in. So there's that too. When there's 4 of them, I'm more likely having to go in anyways, because not all 4 of them are going to come out first thing in the morning, since that in and of itself is random. Where when there's only 2 of them, there's a very high likelihood of both of them coming out, and to be fair, I don't even need to pet the pig. The pig's friendship level doesn't get in its way of producing 1 truffle. I only need 1 truffle. The pig's friendship level increases its chance to produce more than 1 truffle per day, but not just 1 truffle. And I only need 1 truffle, so I don't need to worry about it. I don't really need to worry about petting him. The reason I do pet him, though, is because of the fact that the higher friendship points they are, the more they sell for. So it's just a little bit of extra money when I can, but I won't go out of my way to pet him in particular. That's mainly when I'm more concerned about money. This run, I'm not concerned about money whatsoever. We're straight chilling. We need 5 gold quality melons here. All right, stick. At 8. And no early rabbit's foot or duck feather. They have about an 8% chance right now to give me a rabbit's foot and a duck feather on average. Daily luck does affect their drop rates. It can increase it or decrease it by a whole 10%. So it is a pretty big drop or increase depending on what the daily luck is. It's not worth checking the daily luck every day for it. You kind of just hope and pray for it. Well, hoping and praying really pays off. Doesn't it? You can leave. Thank you for your services. That is one of the rare products. Oh, okay, good. They're still happy. Gotta make sure they're constantly fed. If I forget to feed them a day, their friendship kind of gets messed up. This way. Right. We still got a couple. We still got like a full week for the rabbit to give us its foot. It can have a chance of giving us a really late foot, which can be a little frustrating. But if it takes too long to give it in, I do have backups. I can either just say screw the glitchless run in and of itself and spawn it in, or whatnot if it does take too long, just to finish the run. But hopefully it doesn't do that to us. It doesn't take too much longer anyways if we don't get good luck. Generally, we would really have to get bad luck for it to be a really big time loss and go over, or just for the run to go really poorly at the end here. We're going to do a quick little check to make sure I have the Summer Forge. Spice berry, sweet pea, grape. Alright. Yeah, I don't really care about petting the pig. So you're going to notice that the chickens actually produce every day, but the rabbit does not. Same with the duck. The rabbit actually produces every 4 days. So that's why the rabbit's foot is so rare. Not only does the rabbit not produce as many days as the chickens, but just the percentage-wise, it's also very slow and small. So ideally, we do get it early here, but it is a one of those small things. Another piece of wool. We still got 2 more chances before it realistically starts losing us time. I do have to do a few things this morning here. But we're doing fine here. I'm going to do a quick item turn in. A real quick item turn in. So the main turn-in that we have to do on this day is actually the Artisan Good bundle. The reason for that is because we need to get a keg from it, so we don't have to craft it ourselves. The reason we need the keg is to get 1 wine for another bundle. Right, have all that, nice. And we pick that up, so we're doing good. And we can just do a few other turn-ins while we're here. We already have that all turned in. Alright, that's sick. Have anything else for there? Alright, that's all we had to do today. We just need this keg early. Kegs take 7 days to produce a piece of wine. So, that is why I need to get this going as soon as possible. Because ideally, in a perfect run, we finish this run on the, I believe it's the 11th of fall. We want to get this going early. Get all our stuff back in our inventory. The stuff that we don't need. Alright. This would probably end up being a really good time for donations here. Alright, I need to sell that pig. He gave me the truffle that I need. Goodbye. Thank you for your service. Another one bites the dust. Alright. So now we're basically sleeping until the 5th here, and then we're going to do another little quick turn in. Ideally, we have everything we need by now. We don't need to do any more jarring. Move this tapper over that tree. We have all the gold corn now. We do. Nice. Stop moving. Couple more day pets. We should be getting large products here soon. Once we hit about the 5th, there's a 5th or the 6th, there's about a 50% chance that the animals start producing large products each day. So it's only a matter of time at that point. I still need to gather a bit more wood. I need to gather like 500 more wood. Sounds insane, but it'll only take a couple of days. All right. Day 6. We should start getting large products. There's about a 50-50. You did not want to give me a large product. And I did not get a rabbit's egg, or rabbit's foot this time. Rabbit's egg, lol. Mammal, by the way. Alright. So, I'm going to use a little bit of time this morning to get the wood. We still need another 500 wood, so... I just need to gather as much as I can get. Use the energy. After this, I'm going to do some quick turn-ins. Dump off all unnecessary items. Don't need, and then start turning in everything we can. And away we go. So we're not missing too much more. We're missing one crab pot item at this point. Or, I'm sorry, 2. I think we're still missing the oyster. 2 crab pot items, which can be fixed. I'm going to have to get a crab pot this game. We're missing 1 fish, which is the sandfish. And we're missing a couple exotic items. Exotic bundle items. Is always fun. I swear. I don't need that tilapia. I'll use it as... fodder. Turn in the props here. I have the gold stuff in another chest. Nope, just need to bring the spice berry. That. Okay, now we're going to sell basically everything we own at this point. Or any money, anything that we own that is actually worth money. Way more than enough. I'm gonna keep the I'm gonna keep the extra gold melons just in case if I forgot to save some. Being a little safe. I know I'm way over money, so I don't have to worry about it. We're going to unlock the bus stop today. We can just animation cancel this, by the way, and just kind of walk out. The game did not like that. Thank you, Prem. Thank you, Prem. Note to self, don't animation cancel that. We're gonna have to redo that day, sadly. That was a new tech that was told to me right before the run, that you can actually animation cancel that. Apparently I didn't realize it kind of soft locked you. And it doesn't work. It worked for the first turn-in, but not this one, so unfortunately that happens, but whatever. Nothing I can do. We're gonna have to do the beginning of this day again. That's not technically considered a glitch whatsoever. It's just animation canceling that doesn't really like it. It's probably more the fact that I left the CC before it completed. But you could say that has never happened before. Alright, we just gotta do the same thing. Turn in everything. I probably brought a different round of items. I kind of just take whatever I can get. And turn stuff in. Have I turned in this bundle yet? I can't remember. I have. Okay, cool. Alright, same thing. We're just gonna head back and redo that. Way over money. Already knew that. So, yeah, we're really wrapping up here. There's only very few items that we have left to do. I named them before, but I'll name them again. Sandfish, cactus fruit, coconut. We need 2 beach forge items, or 2 crab pot items. We need sea urchin, rabbit's foot, and then the large products. And 1 oak resin. And then we will have all the items that we need for the remainder of the run. Also, I'm pretty sure I got an audio glitch, and it's just having the wind noise play over and over and over again. It's kind of funny. Gonna upgrade our house here super quickly so we can cook some recipes. Already have all the fall forge, so we're good to go there. And we are just going to sleep. Little Junimo's fixing our bus. The bus will gain us access to the desert, which is where we catch the sandfish and get the cactus fruit and coconut. That is what we're doing for today. And we will be doing that today, actually. I just have to go check on the animals super quickly. Oh, we got a large egg. Where's Did the white chicken just not produce for us today? Huh? Large milk, you can go away. So, to access the bus stop, we actually have to wait for the bus driver to get there, who is Pam. She doesn't get there until about 10 a.m. So I have a lot of time in the morning here to kind of just run around and do whatever. But right now, I'm just going to be chopping down wood because I need 300 wood to repair the bridge to the right side of the beach to be able to get a, what is it called? Sea urchin. Because I didn't get one in summer, unfortunately. More trees. Right, good to go on wood. For the rest of the run, we're gonna do that and a quick little into all this stuff in. Plenty of time right now. Alright, we're gonna head to the beach super quick, repair the bridge, hopefully find a sea urchin. It is a Saturday, so it should basically be guaranteed for it to spawn here. We'll see. I'm gonna say that and it's not going to spawn. Cool. Alright. So I do need to hit fishing level 3 for crab pots, but Willy doesn't work on Saturdays, and I know that. So I'll have to do that later, or on another day. Walk up and turn everything in, and then we're gonna go out and catch the sandfish super quickly. And turn all this in. Boom. Boom. I don't have that yet. Don't have that yet. Alright. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. And fish. Oh, oyster. Alright. Pam should be at the bus stop now. It's 500 gold for a ticket, and then we're just going to go and catch a sandfish, pick up a cactus fruit and a coconut, and then we're going to go to bed. Hello, Pam. So, since we're wrapping up here, I guess I should give my explanation on why I think CC percent should be in Summer Games Done Quick. Stardew Valley has a very dedicated fan base to it. It just recently passed 10 million copies sold. There is a very dedicated community that basically religiously plays this game. There is a big server-wide Discord that a lot of people are in and a lot of people are active in. It's a very active game. So I'm sure a majority of them would love to see this game run in GDQ. Even though most of them play casually, speedrunning this game, we want to get it out there. I think it would be a great showcase for the game in the first place. And it kind of fits for a very nice, just chill nighttime run. Lots of times to get donations in. There's a lot of donation incentives for the game. It kind of just fits well for that like time period there. Plus, it would be Stardew's first time in a GDQ. It's not its first speedrunning event. There has been other events that has used, or Stardew has been a part of. But I think it would make a great addition to Summer Games Done Quick. Alright, we still need to go out and pet the rabbit every day. Oh, I have the hay on me, I'm blind. There's our large white egg. We can leave. And now it's all up to you, you stinking rabbit. He just needs to give us what we need. Our house is about to be done here in a second. So we can cook the two things that we need. And our wine is done. Yes. Alright. So, by this point in time, it's about a 12% chance each day that I get the rabbit's foot. So, we're basically just waiting on him. Really just waiting on the rabbit to give us a rabbit's foot, and then we're good to go. There's not anything else to do at this point. Also waiting for that tapper to finish. Another piece of wool, unfortunate. Just making sure we have all the remaining items I need. That. Sure, that should be it. We're just missing the rabbit's foot and a crab pot item. Technically 2 crab pot items. We're mainly just playing the waiting game now. Hopefully this won't take too much time at this point. After next wool production, if he produces another piece of wool, I'm just going to basically sleep a bunch of days to make this go by faster. Because once you get him up to kind of heart threshold, he's not going to get too much of a higher chance of producing the rabbit's foot, and the chance doesn't decrease very much every time that I don't pet him. So. It's mainly just a waiting game. Give it to me. Oh, it's not your producing day. Pine tar. Pine tar is the fastest producing one, and I might need an extra one for the exotic bundle. So I am just going to play it safe there. It only takes 5 days. I'm going to guess that I don't get the rabbit's foot on this rotation. Alright. How many hearts are you at? 1.5? Yep, that's where I want you to be. I'm just going to sleep a bunch of days at this point. I'm going to sleep until next Friday. So I should probably sleep until next Sunday. I'll give it 2 chances, and then I have to go refill its pay thing. But we're just going to sleep days. Its percent's not going to go up very much higher anymore. Nor is it going to drop. Actually, I'm only going to do the 5 that I need. Or the 4 days. Go in. Give him a little love. Unfortunate. 21st is our next check. 1.5 hearts. Oh, this rabbit, dude. This is the last item we need. This is what I mean by if the rabbit takes too long, I can easily just go spawn it in. There is an item ID glitch in this game that allows us to spawn in items. Basically every single item in the game. So if it does come down to that, I can abuse that. I wasn't supposed to go out today. I can use that to finish the run. Ideally, we don't, obviously, but if it does take too long, I will just force that. We still have plenty of time. This run was actually quite good after Summerfish, until the little soft lock that I had. I, again, wasn't supposed to go out today, but I'm just going to pet him. Because extra friendship. Who's gonna sleep tomorrow? Again, hopefully we get this within, like, a decent amount of time. Unfortunate. I'm actually just going to get the crab pots today. I do technically need the crab pot items still, so I'm just going to use the time that I have today to go get fishing level 3. Because you need to be fishing level 3 to get the crab pots. There is actually a world where we don't need to get fishing level 3 for crab pots, but it just wasn't for this run. I'm still missing a oyster, and I would have needed a crab from the mines. But at this point, it's easier just to get fishing level 3 than to get the crab from the mines. So, Willie's going to be working today since it's a rain day, and I know that for a fact. So, we're just going to have to fish a little bit here. We probably only need to get a couple of fish. For fishing XP, there is a multiplier mechanic where if you catch a perfect fish, where if you keep the fish in the green bar the entire time, you'll get an XP modifier. You also get an XP modifier if you catch a treasure chest like that, which is the only reason I caught it, is for the XP multiplier right there. So, you get extra XP for catching stuff. Ideally, we can just get perfect catches since it's a bigger XP multiplier. It's a 2.4 XP multiplier compared to the chest, which is a 2.2. But since we're just looking for fishing XP, that's just what we want to do. We ideally want to keep it within the bar. Sometimes the fish move too much and we can't really keep it in the bar, but other times they just don't move like that, and then you get a perfect. Alright, now we just gotta wait for Willie. I can also stop by the traveling cart to see if there's just a free rabbit's foot in the traveling cart today, since it is a Sunday. But we are really just missing 2 items here, and they're kind of, yeah, 2 items, and one of them's just a really big RNG portion of the run. As sad as that is to say. We are trying to come up with a more consistent way of getting the rabbit's foot by adding 2 rabbits, but money is really tight right now. But that might be added in the future. But as of the current moment, this is basically what we have to work with. But overall, it's not too bad. Come on, Willy. I love how NPCs takes hours to walk across town in this game. It's actually really funny if you think about it. If you look at Emily's schedule, who's an NPC in this game, it takes her a full hour and a half to walk from her house to the saloon. And if you don't know, the saloon is directly north of me, just like a screen away. And this is Emily's house. Right here. Just has to walk 2 blocks and it takes her an hour and a half. Oh, I forgot I planted those trees. Alright. I'll be very shocked if we get a rabbit's foot here. I'll also really hysterically laugh if we do, because that's just funny. A rabbit's foot, but we got a puppy. I hope no rocks spawned in our way, but I guess I can just break any rock that gets in our way at this point. Alright. Now we're just going to sleep 4 days for the rabbit. Actually, we're probably just going to sleep until the 1st. Because that'll give us... Oh, I forgot to place the crab pots down. The one thing that I needed to do. Don't need that anymore. Rabbit, do you feel like producing today? I hope you feel like producing. You want to produce? One job, damn it. One job. Rabbit has one job and he doesn't want to do it either. The crab pots only take 1 day to produce. Technically they produce overnight. So I just need to check them to make sure that I have the one. Actually, I need 2 crab pot items, so I need the crawfish too. Or the periwinkle. Yay! Alright. We just need a periwinkle. And this run will be complete. Thank you, rabbit. And there he is. Let us finish this run. Hopefully I have all the items that I need on me. If I forget an item, it's about a 2-minute time loss, but I should have everything. There's not very much left to turn in. There's one bundle down. We're happy to help. It's not our house after all. Little forest spirits. Yeah, Alright. Should only need the large egg here. Yep. Pantry done, and then we just have the crafts room. And yeah, that's going to be just about it for the run. Timing comes on the flash of the very last bundle completion. Oh wait, I still need fish tank. Right. Still need fish tank. Crafts room, and then we gotta go back to fish tank. Forgot about fish tank. When we're done here, we'll return to the other world. So timing comes up on this last flash right here. Really easy to time, and we do have every single item, thankfully. Alright. And, yeah, that's going to be it for Community Center percent glitchless. Glitchless in parentheses, there were a few things that went wrong, like the little soft lock for the strat that I was testing real quick. But other than that, thank you for considering Stardew Valley as a category at GDQ. And, yeah, thank you for what you do. Have a nice day.